The 2001 French-American action film Kiss of the Dragon, I would say this one's underrated. Reason being because not everybody likes this movie. And I have to admit, this is one of Jet Li's better films, to say the least. Man, I have to say, this was the first time I looked through this film. And I have to say, this is quite the interesting movie. So the story of this one, it takes place in Paris, France. A Chinese police officer is wrongly accused of 2 murders he did not commit. And so he must go on the run and take down the guy who had framed him. And from there is a movie that I thought was really cool. The fight scene is certainly the highlight of this one. And while the acting is not particularly great, this movie is intriguing enough to keep me invested. And to be honest, the story is not really great within this film, but it's really the mere fact that Jet Li, he is a great martial artist. Like, you see that clear as day within this film. And audiences, they already knew about Jet Li at this point in time because previously he did Lethal Weapon 4 and Romeo Must Die. So to see the fight and take this realistic approach, it makes things feel all the more real, and quite frankly, I like the film for that. Overall, though, this is a fun and exciting martial arts film, and while it's not perfect, it's still very enjoyable for what it is. Certainly, this is not one of my favorite movies from Jet Li. In fact, Jet Li himself came up with the story of this film, and not just that, he made a realistic approach, meaning there's no CGI, there's no wire work, except for one scene later on in this one. And the reason he took that approach is because, well, he wanted the fight in to make sense. He didn't want it to be like fantasy films from The Matrix or the one which should come out later that year that this film had came out. And I have to say the fighting scenes, they're badass. Like literally, Jet Li, it's just great. The choreography is awesome. Sure, the fight scenes is not as great as from the Raid movies, but they are still enjoyable for what they are. Bridget Fonda, who had played the hooker in this movie, she did a decent job. She's not the damsel in distress, she's tough, and she's just trying to make sure she's trying to get back to her daughter. Now, quite frankly, I'm glad they ain't put a love story in here between, Jet Li's character and, this character here, because it would feel forced. This movie's less than 2 hours. And, they'll put in, it will ruin the movie for me, in my opinion. The antagonist of this film, whose name I'm not going to even try to produce, the actor, he did a good job. And quite frankly, it's not only the action scenes that really make the film, it's the music as well. It's a blend of hip-hop and electronic music. And quite frankly, this movie, it has a decent enough story. Now, this is not one of the best martial arts films I've seen because while the fight scenes look cool, I do like the over-the-top action scenes in other movies, such as, Jet Li being Romeo Must Die. Sure, some of the action scenes in there were over the top, but, it actually fit the mood of that film. Nonetheless, though, at the end of the day, this is a movie I would highly recommend you check out because while it's not perfect, it's still very entertaining. I'm giving this film a 7 out of 10. Certainly one of the better movies of the early 2000s. And if it wasn't for the story, which had some issues, then I would have rated this higher. And one thing I want to say about the character that Jet Li plays in this film, and he is a character that's just trying to survive and do the right thing. Nonetheless, when it comes down to it, this is a fun and exciting martial arts movie. I can't wait to rewatch it for years to come. And quite frankly, this is a martial arts film you can sit down and have a good time with. And that is my review of the film, Kiss of the Dragon. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying, peace out.